Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. Welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included. Hope you're doing well, El Evo. Today's fish is Whiskers, apparently, showing off her butthole in the background. But yes, we are going to do something fish-related today. Let's get some Jawbos up and running. We did literally name the run after Jawbos, after all, so we might as well. Get some more rust, get some more metal production going. The fish are very excited today. As am I. Let's get cracking. So, the video. I think we are just going to follow the build from a Sunblock showcase that I did. I don't think we've actually built this Jawbo breed on this Jawbo breeding setup on Twitch before. I think we've only done it on YouTube, so I do want to actually go ahead and do that. Let's have a look at the loot first. What we got? We got a skirt. We should give everyone skirts again. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, Lums are doing fine. We have almost totally destroyed Demolior. It has a very small amount of health left. What I want to do is I want to get it within one blast shot's worth of damage, and then we're going to actually call off the attack. We're going to blow up at the last possible minute. I believe we have the quantities correct. There's one currently on the route, there's 12 being made, and it has 140 health. So, you guys can do the maths on that one. I think we'll be alright. What liquids have we got pouring over here? Looks like some brine ice has melted. Well, that's an issue. Okay. I have a plan. A very, very well thought out plan. Let us actually just move this pump. That's a very well thought out plan now, isn't it? I don't actually mind there being some liquid down here, because I still want stuff to conduct heat into the... or conduct the heat of the polymer presses out. Fish, indeed. I feel like each blast shot should do a random amount of damage, so you can tell exactly how many it would take. Yeah, I mean, I don't think ONI is that kind of game to have randomness in it. I think it is potentially a little bit cheesy that you can just cheese it, but, like, I don't really care. We have the hydrogen with the pinch of pepper nuts here. These are going to go towards Drecos. We are going to do some Dartle Rex stuff, but it's a pretty low priority because we are able to use the Printerceptor to get a Dreco egg, and you know how I feel about that. We'll get a proper mixed ranch setup going in this run, though, at some point, because, well, we need to give it a try, to be honest. Let's let this hydrogen out of here. That would be a good idea, wouldn't it? We've been grabbing a load of nickel ore. The Printerceptor is the GOAT. I think the Printerceptor fundamentally changes how the game works. Because you are now guaranteed at least one specific print that will help your colony. You don't ever have to design your base if you don't, around not having Drecos, or not having Pips, or not having Arbitraries or Thimblereeds. If it was just slightly random, you just leave a few more shots to the end. Yeah, exactly. I don't think it would do anything meaningful from a gameplay point of view. I don't think it's really the ONI style. But yeah, is this the most impactful story trait? I think it is, because it completely changes how you approach runs in general. George buffs all of your duplicates, Mr. George Jorge. The Somnian Synthesizer can buff all of your duplicates if you have a large enough colony to make it worth having all those sleepers. And the others are quite mixed. The Critter Fluxomatic is relatively niche in comparison. Obviously very good in combination with this, because it means you can get a Glossy Dreco anywhere. So that's nice. But, yeah, I think this is probably the most impactful story trait in the game at the moment. Because you can literally just bypass the intended way of doing an asteroid. And I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or not. You do like that the Printerceptor prevents extinction? That is true. Extinction was a real problem. I think...
Killer fish.
This is interesting to think about.
Killer
Hello, Neo.
fish from San Diego. I don't know what I am, but I taste really good. I'm a killer fish. Hello. I'll be your killer fish for the evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Neo. Hope you're doing well. It was a problem, especially for betas. Yes, that is true. I think it is good that it stops extinction events, but potentially is a bit too game determinative early on. But equally, if you're going out of your way to find it, basically you have to explore the entire asteroid to find the Skibidi toilet. And you're doing that at the opportunity cost of doing something else, and you are only getting 1 egg or 1 seed or whatever. I think they need to find some way to balance it towards the mid-game. And it does require a lot of stored databanks, that's true. Maybe they need to increase the amount of databanks. Like, so you either have to explore the entire asteroid, or do a little bit of orbital research. Maybe make it a little bit more expensive for the first print only. I don't know. I think I'd have to play more with it around, but it does feel like it can circumvent a lot of specific issues and prevent people from actually learning how to play the game. Also, I just realized, this poke shell's stuck over here. He can't get down here. I should probably do something about that. It doesn't really make any difference, I just feel like he's lonely. Of course, you just get lucky with printing pod care packages instead. That's true. It's kind of a pain to get the beta, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, it peters off in the mid and late game. Yeah, like maybe the first print is the most expensive, and then subsequent prints become a lot cheaper. I feel like that would make sense. Possibly. I don't know. Anyways, Jawbos. First of all, where are we going to put the Jawbos and the Pacu? Because I think what we're going to do is we're going to farm Pacu and feed them the seacomb leaf. And then the Pacu produces the polluted dirt, and then the polluted dirt produces the seacomb leaf. We're going to do that. We'll set up a little breeder operation. And what I want to do is I both want to set up the actual taming of the Jawbos with the Pacu fillets. But I also want to see what happens if we just have a load of tame... Once we have the tame Jawbos, what happens if we have them in a mixed fish farm now? Because we can do that now. We couldn't at the time where I made the YouTube videos, so I want to test that out. I'm thinking we probably put it over here. A, because the Rust Deoxidisers are nearby. We've actually got both of them running now. This is good. We just finished that off. Yeah, so I think putting the Jawbos over here makes sense. And I think I'm going to put them over here just because I don't really... I mean, this chlorine biome is kind of screwed anyways. I just don't want to release all this chlorine yet. There's already a little bit of chlorine hanging out. And to be fair, we'll have plenty of salt vine seeds as well, so we could just put some salt vines here. There's probably no reason not to do this. But yeah, let's plan on putting our thing here. Let's dig this. Let's put a ladder over here. And then let's plan on putting the Jawbos up here. So what's this going to look like? Perhaps we just do some regular tiles for now. Let's make this out of granite. I always like having my water tanks be made of granite, just in case there's any pressure damage shenanigans. Oh, let me actually find the video for you. Oh god. YouTube, please give me an actual URL to work with, thank you. Yeah, we haven't done this one on the stream yet, so let's do it. Oh, come on. Behave. Anyone else get an error 2000? I suspect you need to feed the Jawbos with the fish feeder so you can get the happiness. Yeah. But there may be... Is there any way to get around that? I mean, we're just going to build the build at first because we need the tame Jawbos. That's not really negotiable. But... we can experiment afterwards. Let's see. We do need a way of actually getting in here. As well. Maybe I'll leave the bottom open for now. Filling it with water is going to be a pain. We could just fill it with salt water. It doesn't have to be water. I will put more... Yeah, I will put the sea combs down here so they can eat the sea combs. I think I should probably put... I think I should probably put a triage cot in as well. Because we still have some people who were injured from the poke shells earlier. It's a decent data bank, sync into late game to spam buddy buds. Yeah, if you don't want to duplicate them. Yeah, I just want to make sure we can actually walk over all of this. And the video is probably going to explain this a lot better than I am. I have a whole day of not talking and then start talking. Everything gets pear-shaped. We want all the fish to be in the same body of water. But we're going to keep all the fish over here, and then all the sea combs are going to grow over here. Suppose a cryptid fort could work to keep the rust flowing if you don't care about the jawbo fillet. Yes. I'm inclined to think that the rust is the most important thing, and we don't need to massively overproduce food. Those are my current thoughts. Right, because we're going to be setting up a freezer anyways, I'm going to just actually put some insect stars here. Oh my god.
Not a mindless eating machine. If I am to change this image, I must first change myself. Fish are friends, not food.
You're naming a fish? Hold it a minute. Right. Give me a sec. Right, which fish are you naming? Right, okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to pause this for a second, right, right. Fish music. Let me get the list up. I do have a list. I put it somewhere. Right, okay. The current list of fish names we will look at while the Pleco is here. So, we have the Weatherloach, Ariza Gaming, Whiskers. The big bristlenose Pleco is Neo Deus Machina's Neon. The little bristlenose, so let me just double check. Yeah, so Neon is currently the one on the screen. The smaller one, with the brownery sort of patterns, is Squilliam, already nicknamed by yourself. And then we have two Hill Streamloaches, one of which is named by Ayla Evo as Electron, and one of which is named by me, 48072, as me. So, you have some options. You can name the Platy. We have a single Platy that is going around. Well, we can name a fish. You can. It is a lot of channel points, but you can name a fish. We have lots of barbs as well. And I'll tell you what, some of the gold barbs are quite actually visually distinct. One of them doesn't have any spots. In fact, let me zoom out for a second. Let me actually... oh god. Okay. So let's move the fancher out of the way. The gold barbs are hanging out over here, but one of them doesn't have any spots. Yeah, one of them doesn't have any spots, and one of them has like a special underside. You'll have the Platy, if that's how you spell it. Yeah, that's how you spell it. So what name do you want? Any invertebrates? Well, I'm sure there's some random snails in there, but I wouldn't recommend naming a snail. I don't think you're gonna get much of a return on your investment on that one. Also, why is the camera temperature so cold? My room isn't cold. I'm like, hello there, name a fish doesn't have a cooldown. No, if you have the channel points, you can name the fish. That's fine. You can name a frog if you want, although they're currently not up and about, but you could totally name a frog. That's an option. Yeah, what? So, do you just want to name the Platy Carbike? Or you want to name it Squilliam the sequel? Oh, you can't have two fish with the same name. You're gonna have to come up with a different name, sorry. I mean, to be fair, the bristlenose Pleco isn't even a squid. So I feel like calling it Squilliam, I feel like I've already let it slide. You can't also name a Platy Squilliam. Yeah, have a think. Also, look at Whiskers. She's right here. Stroke the Whiskers. There you go. She's got the... She's listening to me talking about her. Anyways. Yeah. Squallium? Okay. Alright. Alright. We will name it Squallium. You have redeemed the points. It's allowed. Let me just edit the Discord post so I remember. One thing I am going to mention... Okay, that's not the right function. One thing I am going to note about the Platy is it does currently have... What is this? Right, there we go. No. Oh, I need to press Shift Enter. That's what I need to do. Right, okay. Platy. Like 0802. Squalium. Swim and Squam. Yeah, okay, that's fine. You can name it Squin off of the Smiling Friends character. Nah, okay, Squalium it is. That's fine. It's on the list. That is pinned in the Whiskers Lounge for all subscribers to see. It's in the Whiskers Lounge. So that's the special YouTube members, Twitch subscribers, general friends of the channel room. Somewhat exclusive access, but it is there, and you have, and that's how I'm keeping track of all of the names. So yeah, if we see the Platy, then I'll try and show you the sort of. It's got a little bit of an injury on its back, and it's doing all right. It is quite old, but it's doing all right. It's not really showing any signs of slowing down yet or being stressed. Because it's one of the babies of the original Platties that I had before they all aged out. Anyways, let's get back into the game. It claims there's no pin messages for you. Did I not pin it? I think I unpinned it by accident. Okay. I pinned it now. So the list is there. Yeah, it's in the list of pinned messages now. Okay. Back to the game. Back to the game. Right, so we're building the Jawbos Platy Ranch. I have some very specific ideas. I'm going to leave some more holes open again, just so we can actually access everything to start. So this is where we're going to have the Platties flop into when they're the excess Pacus. Platties and Pacus. Yes, there you go. Right, what's in the pod? Let's have a look. Also, what buildings are broken? We got a flock spawn? You know what? Let's get a flock spawn. Wire, bridge, and wire. Right, okay. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to build a wire bridge over it, and then we're going to ignore it. Redeemed, rename something. Hat change request. Okay. Alright, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Right, Neo. What's the sitch? You've got your hat. You're going to have to change your hat. You have a few options at the moment. Which one do you want? Ugh, I do have to do some skill points as well, so let's do it while we're here. We got a lot of morale on these guys now. We got 49 morale on Maya. I guess it's because we're making pepper bread now. Good. Good. Demolition hat. Yep, that's fine. There you go. Right. We can rename anything. You can rename anything that can be renamed. Yeah. Yeah, the channel points do actually do things. I have a few different redemptions. There's also one for actually feeding the fish. You get to see me feed the fish on camera with 6,000 points. Are you in the save? You can't remember. No. Not at present. We don't have that many named dupes at the moment. We have an Uglavisk. We have a Neo. I am planning on sticking around with this run for at least a little while. I want to go and explore the space debris properly. I'm not sure whether we're going to get all the way to doing the Husky Moose. I think it will depend on how everything else goes. Ah, you are now. Okay, who are you? Have you got any preferences? Oh. Peter? Really? No. Oh my god, right, okay, hold on. It's trying its best to thwart my plans. I'm really looking forward to when I can upgrade my computer. Right, fish feeder. That is a very important piece of the puzzle. What dupes do I have? We have most of them. Do you want to be the new Senna? We got a Senna. They're a builder as well. We've got a wide range. We've got a Freya, we've got a Pay, we've got a Nails. We've been pumping the dupes out, to be honest. There's a lot of different options. We've got Amari, who's the pyrotechnics guy. Whip plate can go there. Let's see what else do we want. Shoot. We do actually have enough refined metal now to build all of these things, so I'm pretty happy about that. Auto sweeper goes here. We need a door to go here as well. This is just our fish management system. You'll be the center? Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. The new dupe! Right, where is center? I think that's how you pronounce it, right? Center? That's what the internet said. There you go. 0802. Cool. Seems good. Right, okay, what else are we doing? So, yeah, let's keep building this. Yeah, we do have enough refined metal to build all this stuff now. But yeah, we're just making sure we're automatically managing all the fish. I want to put some oil in here. It needs to be enough oil to actually coat the fish. I don't think we have that much. To be fair, we could fill it with brine. I think actually that's fine. Let's just fill it with brine. We'll put a... Wow, Lindsay's nearly dead. These poke shells have really been going crazy, apparently. Yeah, that's why I put in a little poke shell jail last time. We have a lot of excess lums in here now. I think we're just going to start eating them. Right, I think we're well and truly... Now that we're getting excess lums, I think we're well and truly past the point where we actually need to be doing any sweat corns. Because we're going to be wanting to use the smoker for the tough meat. So let's go ahead and do that. We're down to 7 blast shots. That's kind of hard to believe. Oh, you know what I could... Can I actually just build a temperature plate out of brine ice? Is that something we could do? That is something we can do. Is it going to melt? Probably not. I think let's actually just use the bottle emptier. I think that might actually end up being less effort. Right, let's see. What else have we got? We've got a few things over here. Can we still get down here? No. We do ultimately need to put in some ladders anyways. Where does this farm tile go again? I think it goes here. No. Nope. I'm a fool. It goes here. Then we have 2 ladders, so you can get down like that. And then... a couple more. This is a very, very specific arrangement. Oh, this needs to go 1 tile further over. This is a very, very specific arrangement so we can get auto sweepers to handle everything. And then this ladder is going to go here. So I want to make sure that all of the seacomb leaves are just automatically dropped off at the feeder. I believe there is also room for a ladder here. And then... a loader and a receptacle. Do we have the receptacle? We do not. The receptacle is probably a good idea. Let's research that. We do actually have some radiation research. It's pretty minor, but we have some stored rad bolts, so I think we should be fine. Maybe we're accidentally shooting some duplicates with rad bolts. The thing that makes me think that isn't happening is the pips haven't taken any damage. But then the pips climb on the walls. Maybe the duplicates would only take the damage and not the pips. I think that probably is actually the case. I should monitor that. Also, building this means I can move the surfboard. Because ultimately I want that over there. How's this working? Pump blocked. Okay, this seems to have solved our brine pollution issue. That's good. This colony is kind of a mess, but I don't think it's going to cause any issues. Right, what else do I actually want? Tile here. Because this is where the farm bit is going to start. We're going to have a farm station here. Let's build some more granite. And then this is all going to be an insulated tile wall. Because this is where we're going to have the... This is where we're going to have the teppidizer down here for cooking excess fish into omelets. And then we're going to have the freezer up here, which is going to freeze all of our Pacu fillets so we can give them to the Jawbos on an as-needed basis. Then we could put a farm station here. But again, if you want an explanation, I'm just going to suggest that you watch the video on the YouTube channel. We'll build it as per that specification. So many injured dupes. We'll build it as per the specification, and then we will adjust it from there. We'll probably just realistically add a new tank once we have a steady supply of both types of fish. Right, let's see. So this is going here, and then this is going here. And now I can climb in both sides. I think I can just put this like this. Yeah, let's heal up some of the more injured dupes. What else do we want? Let's see. I mean, we could start by digging this. Do I actually want to have any of this abyss light here? I'm going to say no, just because I've been scorned before. Let's just replace it. Then obviously we can't get over there. So I think what I will do for now... We obviously don't want to go into the hot abyss light. So I think for now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dig a ladder over here. And then this will actually let us grab a little bit of this algae, right? Yeah, just do this, do this. Do that. In fact, just go ahead and do that as well. So this is the teppidizer room down here. That is going to get sealed off. We're then going to have the freezer room up here. And I will open it up on this side so we can build everything again. There's plenty of oxygen over here, so I'm not going to worry too much about the dupes getting trapped. We'll figure that out when we get to that point. I know that we're going to want a door here as well. You're currently trapped. You need to build this. That's fine. Jawbo-related noises. Yes, that's new. Jawbos make noise now. Right. The only thing is, this loop is set up to work specifically with a thermo aqua tuner, because we're going to have this room be flooded. I could not flood this room and use a regulator, but that means we would have less Pacu. Because I kind of like having the tiles up here with water, but I also think there's kind of a bit of an unstable equilibrium with the liquid levels. So, how about for now we just have slightly less Pacu in the breeding bit and we just have a thermoregulator. We'll get that to work. So, that means the room is probably going to look slightly different than usual. So let's think about how that will work. So the surfboard is going to move in here. I think what I'll do is I'll have the surfboard there. I'll have a lamp here with a sensor. Actually, you know what would make more sense than this? Put the surfboard on the other side. And then the thermoregulator can be closer to the actual fridge. And we'll just set this up with hydrogen. The freezer does not need to be super efficient because we're not going to be using it to store a massive amount of food. And frankly, we have excess power. So I think we're going to do that in this case. One thing to bear in mind, we do actually have a bonbon tree seed. So we could plant this. Bonbon trees... Okay, show me the stats for the actual bonbon tree. These guys do eat snow. But equally, we could plant the bonbon tree and get free nectar. We have the technology. We just need to plant it somewhere that's cold enough. So, minus 15. If we go here, have a look at this. Can I not zoom out with the temperature, or am I just going crazy? Right, okay. So we have a couple of cold biomes that are cold enough to just pip plant a thing. And obviously we need to make sure that the Rexes don't eat it, but we could pip plant one over, say, here. That would work. Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just do it. We don't need a huge amount of nectar, we just need a little bit. Yeah, there's no critters in here. This seems very safe, actually. Okay, so the only thing is, what temperature will the pip die at? Pips live above minus 45 degrees, so this should work. Yeah, look at this, we're getting all creative. Right, building. Yeah, I don't really care exactly what's going on with you guys. Okay, so the only minor issue is if we put in a thermoregulator to start and replace it with an aquatuner later, we're going to have to change some of the automation on this. I think we will still start with a thermoregulator. It's probably a good idea to make this out of steel, isn't it? Can we... How much steel can we make? Let's make 2 lots of steel. Yes, let's make exactly 2 lots of steel. Oh, we need iron and we need refined carbon. Okay. Let's make 2 lots of iron. And then let's make some refined carbon. So where's that going to go? I guess I just put it over here for now. In fact, actually, just do this. Pips eat bonbons too, so you can just let them live there. Yeah? I mean, they wouldn't be comfortable. It's too cold to be comfortable, but, I mean, maybe that's not a problem. Let's Party 9 these doors. Got unreachable food. Neo is trapped. Yep, that makes sense. Oh, yes. You can't actually climb up this ladder and get off here. That's fine, you can dig that. What's wrong with you? Oh, you're waiting for the doors to open and close. Okay, hold on. I could potentially do something about that. There you go. I'm sure this is not going to be the final power arrangement, but we'll reorganize things as and when we feel like it. We have a few different wires going on, and ultimately we're going to stop using the blast shot maker at some point, so maybe we can just repurpose that wire for a lot of other things. As I said, I'm not really planning on doing a huge amount of space travel. Let's put brine in here. And I'm going to suggest to enable auto bottle as well. And frankly, we have a load of brine down here that we don't want now, so let's actually put the pitcher pump in here. Oh, you have some... Oh, that's salt water. Okay. Oh, the wire bridge is broken. The blast shot launcher isn't working. Okay. Flip that over there, then. And then we'll replace this. Cool beans. Cool beans. Lums still seem to be behaving. We have lots of lumlets running around the peat generators now. These are the initial batch. I'll just have to relocate them in here and then we'll move everything over. Right. We also definitely want to dump a load of stuff in here, right? We could just melt a load of brine in here. If we already have the temperature plates, maybe that makes sense. It's less valuable than normal water. Maybe do just fill this up with brine. Hold on. Let's check the seacomb plant first. Seacomb plant. Doesn't mind brine. Okay, that's good. Stick some brine ice temperature plates in here then. I think I will need to make sure to seal this up, though. So maybe we actually open it up on this side and then dig this. And then Priority 9 this. And I'll keep sticking a load of these in here. Yeah, that'll do. And there's loads of brine in here as well, so we can pitcher pump more brine. Let's definitely put one down here. But to be honest, I'm going to commit to the Jawbos stuff over the next few streams because, to be frank, we are waiting to blow up the meteor for another 50 cycles at least. So we might as well do something that we know we're eventually going to do anyways now. We're past most of the actual initial survival challenges of this run. Sure, there's some resources we could probably do with getting a little bit more of, but for the most part, we're okay. I think I'm also actually going to convert these over to beds. And we are going to add yet more duplicants. So they can continue to help with building everything. Now that we have the larger mess tables, we can comfortably seat up to 10 dupes at a time. We could move everyone onto 4 different schedules. That might be a little bit cramped with the bathrooms. We could easily add another bathroom somewhere. Well, I haven't really specifically ring-fenced off these parts of the colony. I may add another bathroom. Yeah, many dupes. But that's literally fine, because we're producing so much oxygen, it's not going to be an issue. We're producing so much meat, it's not going to be an issue. As soon as we start actually eating these lums, we're never going to run out of food again. God, sorry, I am all over the place tonight. But you guys probably can't tell. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I've kind of been ill this weekend, but not really. Like I had a headache, but not a cold. I don't know. Right, so we're building temperature plates in here. I think for now, I'm just going to build a bottle emptier in here, and we'll auto-dump brine in here, because we need to make sure, if we're building a load of temperature plates in here, I need to make sure that it's not going to freeze either. I also need to put an auto-sweeper here. There you go. We're also going to have another one over here. Let's set this to make... I guess we should use peat instead of plywood for this. Even though it's less mass efficient, the plywood is harder to come by, and we may have other needs for that. So let's make 2 lots of refined carbon. We don't need to make a lot of refined carbon. I'll make 2 lots of steel, because I don't want a steel... I don't want a gold amalgam thermoregulator. That just doesn't sound like a good idea. So, brine can go in here, and then enable auto bottle on this as well. And I want exactly 800 kilograms in here. And frankly, I want the same amount in here. So just keep doing this as well. Is there anything else I need doing in a more specific order than this? Oh, let's put the water fort in. Do we have the water fort? No. Okay. Well, we need the water fort and we need the critter research thing. Maybe we don't need the water fort immediately. I'm going to put a ladder in here so that the dupes can actually get in and out of this room if need be. We'll put a critter sensor in here. This will be helpful for the automation. And then... Critter loader. Well, I mean, I guess it's an egg loader in this case. It's going to go there. I'm going to loop that conveyor rail around. You're enjoying your current save loads right now. I really only have one long-term colony at 7,000 cycles, but after that I kept restarting, but now I have a really nice colony now at 1,400 cycles. Nice. Yep, we're going to go back to Sour Gasol Bust at some point. I think I'm going to wait for Surviving Mars updates. We will go back to Surviving Mars when they update the whole politics snafu fiasco. Oh, for fuck's sake. What have I done wrong here? That's right, I need to put a tile here. In fact, I actually need to seal this off. Very good. Well, at least you didn't build any of the temperature plates yet, but this is a colossal waste of turns time, I think. At least we've been filling these ones up to start. The rest of this space up here we'll sort out later. Now, what else do I want to put in here? I think we've got some conductive metal tiles. Nickel is pretty conductive, so we're just going to build some nickel tiles here. We might as well get all of the infrastructure set up for this. I'm pretty sure we could get this working with a thermoregulator. So let's test that. We'll need a conveyor shutoff as well. We'll need a couple of those. We need a few different conveyor related things in here. I must admit, it feels like we actually need a bit more research before we fully commit to all of this. Well, we'll see. We'll keep getting stuff built. Let's get the drywall in here as well. The mimickers have all spontaneously died. Right. We know these are going to be barracks, right? So let's just put the trim up. Normally, I think I would put something else in here, but considering we haven't really done very much with the neutronium trim, we may as well put it in here. You know, it really ties the room together. Also, can I just say, on a priority 1 basis, I am going to start replacing these, not all of these tiles with granite, because the dupes like this area. We could do slightly better than shale. But this should be very low priority. I don't think we're going to do every room. We're getting pretty low, 50 health. Yeah, considering that we haven't really rushed the blast shots at all. The fact that we managed to get most of that wrapped up in about 25 cycles, I'm pretty happy with. Right, dash assault mines can go here. We have more lure seeds as well. You have 12 automated hydrogen rockets going to space POIs, a nuclear reactor, tame the hungry tree, Nobian volcanoes, tungsten volcanoes, got a volcano-powered water purifier, probably going to make a sour gas boiler next. Yeah, so... what's my... yeah, once we've done this run, I think we'll just go straight for the... probably straight for the superconductive asteroid for the niobium when we go back to sour gas or bust, because I've got to figure that all out at some point. Right, we want to put a tepodizer down here. Ooh, you know what that means? It means we could use a neutronium tepodizer. Should I make this out of gold amalgam? Probably not worth doing, but let's do it anyways. It's going to be surrounded by liquid, surely. Surely it'll be alright. Am I actually running out of material now? I am running out of material. Okay. What do? You need to be priority 9. And then I think we're going to have to start making the gold amalgam into gold, or the iron ore into iron. I'll tell you what, let's leave all the gold amalgam, let's make all the iron ore into iron. I think we have actually dug up most of the cobalt and nickel now. There is plenty more iron ore going around, though. I should probably actually just grab some from the easy-to-get areas. I could definitely come and grab all of this. Shouldn't cause any issues. There's probably a few more large chunks I could easily grab as well. I don't think there's any reason not to grab this. I don't really want to expose the area to ice melting, but I think that should be fine. Let's grab that as well. There's another nickel tile in here. amusing. You do that. Yeah, there's a few bits of just random iron ore lying around that we could grab. That's fine. Oh, another cobalt tile? That's kind of funny. Ooh. Maybe that's one we could just grab like this. That seems fine. Alright, we're down to 30 health. And we got... Oh, whoop. I love this glitch, by the way. This is my favorite glitch. Kaboom! Kaboom? Kaboom. Yeah, let's do that. I probably should keep an eye on the Draco. I think the Draco will be fine. The Draco is just about to be born. This ranch is... how big? 79, so we can have 6 Dracos in here. That's fine. I'm not planning on going crazy on Dracos, but we have the eggs, so we might as well have some Dracos. I think the dupes have plenty to do, so let's actually just speed things up now. Right. More skills for dupes. This seems fine. I probably should have given you the last farming skill, but that's okay. Everyone has lots of morale now from the occasional pepper bread that we're making. Did we actually just cook all of those Megaphron grains? Wait. Oh. Put the Megaphron here. These poor Jawbos are not doing great, I will admit. But the geyser's at least actually erupting with water now. So we are prioritizing it from this geyser here. And we're leading that into the metal refinery, and we're leading the excess into the figs now. So we should be consuming that at a decent clip. But I think what we should do as well is, if this backs up, I think we should just empty it into this pit again. So let's actually go here. And then if this one... If this bridge doesn't work, then we vent the liquid. Because we want to make sure it's not getting wasted in here. So let's actually priority 9 this. And we've just built a load of stuff in priority 1, haven't we? That could be priority 5. I think that's it for now. Okay, let's actually go relocate the pit here. And then let's relocate the seed in here too. I don't really mind where this goes. I don't currently have the pip plant mod on, but I'm fairly confident there'll be room at least somewhere for it to plant. The only thing is it can't plant on hard tiles. And there is a chance it plants on brine ice and then we're in trouble. Well, let's just see what happens. Right. We're down to our last hit point. There definitely shouldn't be any more last shots now. And if there are, then we're in for a rude surprise. Yeah, they've stopped making them. So now we will just wait for this to get here. You've got a dewdrop seed. That's fine. Oh. I think we need to get some of this liquid out of here. Let's do this. The pip is currently confused. Hold on. He's trying. Oh, you got the dewdrop seed. Okay, that's good. Yeah, go ahead and plant that if you feel like it. Really? You planted it in the iron that I wanted to dig? Okay, well, that's fine. I think I should probably get the other dewdrop seeds out. Just to make sure that we don't actually... get in the way and run out of planting spots. I think there's a few different ones in here. Let's make sure the Megaphron spore gets relocated as well. And I think that will do for now. Let's have a look in the printing pod. An oxyfern seed. We actually have one. We got a suit wearing kitchen menace. I think it's good enough. Kitchen menace is great. We probably don't need a pilot, but the fact that you have athletics and germ resistance is probably a good thing. And you're a Steve. Steve is a high tier duplicate because they're a yodeler. Also, the fact that you have rocket piloting means we can get the interest going into suit wearing quite quickly. Right, let's actually go up to 40 dupes now, I think. You can just focus on rocketry, to be honest. So, schedule-wise... we have 6 schedules. I think I'm going to start just adding a 6th dupe to every schedule. I think that's fine now that we have enough mess tables. The mess tables were the thing that I was the most worried about, but now we've got this extra great hall here. The banquet hall. We should be fine. Yeah, they've got a lot to do, so let's speed to it. You need to make as much steel as you can as well. Wait, actually, no. You need to make 2 lots of steel. Because the iron is going to be our general building material. And I know that's going to add a lot of heat to the water, but the water is coming in quite cold. So I think we will still be fine feeding it to the peppers. They're also not going to get that much steel. Oh, you're actually erupting now? That means I should probably plant these. Get more Megaphron grains. Beta hydrogen is building up again. That's good. You can get across over to here. You still have a lot of stuff to do. You haven't built the wires yet. You're picking up the algae? Okay. Let's see. More wires can go here. This one can just go here. So you know what? That probably makes more sense, right? Oh, I don't know. None of it really matters, does it? You know what? That one can go here. Oh, there needs to be an auto sweeper here as well. Right, the nickel. I can go there. I think it's literally just to cover these few plants. That's fine. Let's see. I don't think the decor really matters too much. I'm just going to send the wire here. Maybe we'll eventually replace it with conductive wire. I don't think we will. Okay, remove the wire bridge. We can fully access this whole area now as well, so we might as well just dig out this iron. And then if you dig this, you should be able to access all of this. Also, there's a load of meat in here. We should probably actually just be turning meat into barbecue, right? We have got that lined up. Not currently a huge priority. Yeah, the iron ore quantity is increasing a fair bit. That's good. I feel like there's less stuff getting on with... They're getting on with less stuff than I'd like. Perhaps we will just throw more duplicates at this problem. Yes, welcome to the big chlorine room. I will also dig out all of this iron. I think that's fair enough. This iron also looks like it's up for grabs. There's no point being really precious about it. Let's leave that. We also actually want all the phosphorite, don't we? If we could help it. Let's come in here, grab this. Nobody cares about the ceilings. This area we could totally just break into. I love how we just got this massive chlorine ticking time bomb going on. What's going on? Why we got overheating? Oh, you're no longer connected to the liquid. Right, that is true. Should we just replace these with steel? That might be expensive, but that's probably worth doing at some point, right? You know what? You're not going to be running for that long. I think I'll just make sure that you're not getting repaired. I think that's actually completely fine. How much? Okay, I'm going to get some of these guys healed up because, frankly, nobody should be continuing to get injured at the moment. We have a lot of cooking going on. Also, what are you crushing? You're crushing all the eggshell? Fair enough. How much lime do we have? Pretty good amount of lime. We have actually made some steel as well. That's nice. Oh, we're getting a low ball resin. These are going to break pretty soon, I think. I could fit another cobalt tile here. Maybe that's just what we do for now. I don't think I'm going to get on these ladders, though, if we do that. But if I dig this, you should still be able to climb over that. What do you mean unreachable toilet 5? Oh, God. Okay. Something's gone wrong. The tank is full. We have more than 2 figs worth of duplicants producing bathroom water now. That is true. Real talk, I think I'm gonna need you to preferentially consume this water. So we'll feed it primarily to the main branches. And then more of it can go over here to these figs. I don't actually want to keep growing these figs, if I'm gonna be honest. I think we have enough duplicates now and enough bathroom water, we can just ignore it. Yeah, let's do it. This is so many errands for people. No! Come on, Mike. You've done it. Okay, it turns out shoving 31 duplicates in 2 lavatories. I mean, the problem is our storage filled up. That was actually the problem. We'll get it figured out. But yes, the issue is it's such a tightly scheduled bathroom. As soon as it fails, we will get a load of dupes just peeing themselves. I should just stop feeding them these rotten figs. It's alright if the lums eat it. It's not alright if the people eat it. We've had so much food poisoning here. And I don't really care about food poisoning. So that's fine. But, you know, it's not ideal, is it? Right, let's get some skills. What's going on? Ari, you can have building. I feel like we're not consistently producing pepper bread. Right, you megafrons are growing now. That's good. Are you actually growing? You are at the moment. So this comes out at 5 degrees. I think if we geotune it once, it's going to be too hot. So we're not going to bother. Okay, you are actually building all of this. It's just taking a while. Right, you put enough brine in here. That's good. Right, you've also put enough brine in here. That was good timing for figuring that out. I think I do want to get rid of this. We've still got to fill up the rest of the room. Do we? I think we will probably have a lot more brine ice now. So let's recommend that they build a load more temperature plates in here. And get it out of here. Because the sooner we can fill this up with liquid, the better. Yeah, we want the conveyor meter as well. That would be a good one. I do like how this trim looks with the beds. It's very nice. I want some extra blueprints for the communal tables so we can change the tablecloth color. I think that would be nice. To go with the lums. Looks like one of our initial lums has died of old age. I think that's fine. These ranches do all seem to be behaving, but we do have a few too many guys at the moment. So let's actually relocate some of you. Relocate some of you. And what this probably means is we'll fill up more of these ranches up to 3 lums. Mostly based on what the lure plant's doing, but I think this is fine. The tablecloth is horrendous. I made the wallpaper match. I mean, I think this wallpaper does match pretty well. I mean, look at the cute little expression on the Blum, on the lum. Good tablecloth colors will make for some really good common quality blueprints. Yes. Exactly. Okay. We get to watch the lum dropper in action. So are you going to wander over here? You are. That's good. And this door's going to open. And then you're going to get dumped down here. Into this one. The lure plants are fairly recently eaten. Oh, no, this is a case where... Was it a case where Mimico was just in the door? No, I think it was a case... You know, I have trouble telling. In any case, it's not a problem. And this slug goes down here. Yeah, I think all the lures have eaten fairly recently, which is why we're getting extra lemon here. We could use some more good common rarity stuff to help out the drywall in the battle against socks. Yes, very true. But you are being held in reserve because these lure plants are on a different schedule. I'm imagining you'll get released soon. This is another advantage of this critter dropper branch design. It always holds a lum or a blum in reserve, so as soon as an eligible adult dies, it will release the reserve guy and you'll get it refilled. Now, will it fill immediately? Probably not, depending on how many eggs we get. But you will have at least one available at all times as a backup. But yeah, I think we really need to actually just watch them keep going at the moment. So, let's see what's happening. Okay, the water tank is starting to drain. That's good. I think we will keep these hooked up for now. We could probably get rid of them later. I think once we start getting the tough meat in, I think we can just get rid of these. But I'm kind of loath to do that at the moment. These ain't getting fertilized. Well, I would like it if you did fertilize these. Because it's helping save our salt. You're getting a bit hot, that's true. I do like the phyto oil cooling. I think that's actually worked out pretty well, despite how messy it looks. Right, we just need the last few rad bolts, apparently. We do have plenty of uranium. And once all of these initial lums are out of these rooms, you won't have to relocate any lums at all anymore. Which I'll be relieved by. Also relieved by the fact that none of these liquids are broken at all. Very happy about that. Oh, you probably want to do this. Temperature plates are melting. That's good. What refrigerator skins do I have? What refrigerator skins do I have? I never use refrigerators. We have the Faint Purple and the Neutronium one. See, this is what I was talking about in the video we put on YouTube recently. The Neutronium one looks very similar to the Faint Purple one. So, not amazing. I would have loved to see blueprints for the liquid reservoirs. We have gas reservoir liquids. Why not? We have gas reservoir blueprints. Why not liquid reservoir blueprints? I think you're just on the temperature plate duty now. Let's have a drink. I guess this helps cool down the area as well a little bit, because I think it was a little bit too hot for regular Pacu. Does that matter? Probably. Although tropical Pacu are good for decor, they come out really hot, and if we're breeding a load of them, that's going to add a lot of heat generation to the base. So we probably don't want to have tropical Pacu. Are baby Jawbos 1x1? They are, and regular Jawbos are 2x2. So baby Jawbos will fit in gaps that adults can't. I'm sure there's a way to use that to your benefit, but I haven't figured it out yet. Something about the liquid reservoir is supposed to be hard to recolor. They haven't even tried yet. I mean, we know these elements, like the gauge and the flashing buttons, they probably don't want to change, but all the other stuff they can change, surely. Travaldo has been working really hard. Let's give you digging. Bubbles, you can have building. 4 bubbles. I have no idea what I'm doing with you. Yeah. It seems like an obvious win. And I think if Clay are expecting... Okay, so this is something that people touched on in the video as well. I'm really glad I did touch on it. We did a little mini review of the Neutronium Cosmetics pack on the YouTube channel. And obviously, I don't mind giving Clay a little bit of money for all the effort they put into this game. But the reality is, if it's literally just cosmetics, you can get mods for that. We need a reason to want to pay money other than it just being cosmetics and other than out of the kindness of our hearts. So I think what they need to do, I think that if they're charging for cosmetics, the cosmetics should have unique animations when the buildings are being used. Something that's a little bit different from what they normally do. Like, this is the sort of thing where I feel like this would belong in a paid DLC, and it does, because it came with the Prehistoric Planet Pack DLC. Like, maybe a coffee machine that makes coffee in a slightly different way. Also, this is unacceptable. I forgot to change that one. There you go. I think there's a couple of default ones up here, too. Like, maybe a different looking auto sweeper, stuff like that. I would totally want that. A paid DLC which is just critter morphs? I don't know about that either. I mean, I like them as part of the package with the new biomes, but I think just critters on its own, again, there are mods for that. The reason I like the content pack DLCs is because they combine all of the elements in a very bespoke way with developer intent to tell a story. Obviously, the Prehistoric Planet Pack tells the story of the meteor, and stuff in the asteroid is themed around that in a cohesive manner. Stuff like Aki's ocean asteroid probably is the sort of thing that they could make a DLC and I'd happily pay for it. But yes, you're right. People do just make DLC quality mods for this game. That is true. Ooh, let's get the citrus spandex. Carmike, you're gonna get the citrus spandex today because you redeemed the fish. The fish name. Here you go. You really want a ladder skin? Yes! That makes so much sense. Also, I accidentally just typed in the chat. That's funny. My main reason for wanting to give him money is to keep the quality of life updates flowing. Yes, that's very true as well. People are consistently surprised that people are still updating Oxygen Not Included. It's fantastic. Any money I spend on a DLC is well invested, let me tell you that much. From just from a purely pragmatic point of view, it makes a lot of sense for me to buy the DLCs. Ah! Yes, I typed by accident. Good job. I actually need liquids in here as well. Let's just put... Am I filling this with brine too? I guess I am just filling this with brine too, aren't I? We've heard of brine 1, but what about brine 2? Some more overjoyed response skins would be nice. Yes, that's another thing that I think I would like. But yeah, the quality of life update's a bit fantastic. The November update is gigantic. It's going to take a long time to unpick all of that stuff. You'd love to see a late game space material level pack with some really unfriendly places. Yes, this is why I said in my review of the Prehistoric Planet Pack. I want to see Oasis Plus as like the next thing. I want a hot asteroids pack where, first of all, they make Oasis moonlets and like an Oasis moonlet cluster, and they add it to Spaced Out. I'd love to see that as an update to Spaced Out. But I would also like to see an asteroid where it starts off, you start off in a well-insulated sort of terra biome-ish, or maybe a forest biome. I think a terra biome, because Oasis already has forest. And it's very well insulated, and it comes with a very small amount of iridium in a node. This heat-resistant material. But the entire rest of the asteroid is, like, above scalding threshold. Like, you're surrounded by a biome that's 100 degrees, and then you go out another ring, and it's, like, 300 degrees. And then you go out another ring, and it's, like, 600 degrees. And then you get to the magma. And then you have really hot extremophile critters in there. Like, maybe you have oceans of some kind of, like, molten substance that's not water, but you have, like, extremophile, like worms or something in there. I don't know. Ice 2 is real things and Brine 2 is plausible, yeah. Rocketry Expanded could have been a DLC, like, Spaced Out, yeah. I don't think they're going to do the big systems level change DLCs unless they really get that message, because I feel like stuff like the Away Team game is basically them saying, what if we added fire to Oxygen Not Included? And then they just made Away Team. Or they're making Away Team to answer that question. But frankly, I still think there is more they can just do with these planet packs. I think the super hot asteroids is definitely one. Frankly, Aki's ocean mod. It is Aki that does that mod, isn't it? That should have been a planet where you can start on a watery asteroid, like a fully watery asteroid. That would have been cool. Also, the Draco's alive. Look. There he is. It's the tiny baby. They can stand to release more merch for the game. Okay, alright, I've got a real confession for you guys. I got the socks, and the socks look great. The socks did not last very well. I'm not necessarily that fussed about merch, if I'm being really honest. Actually, you know what I would like? I would like mouse mats. I'd be very happy with some ONI mouse mats. Right. I think we just keep speeding up. We've actually done some research. That's good. Let's put the conveyor receptacles in. So, where did I want those? I wanted one in here, I think. Gonna put that there. We want one in the... We want one in the farm bit as well. I want a plug slug plushie that doubles as a phone charger. Now that might be a little bit specific, but I like the idea. We also want a conveyor meter. We do have some plastic for this as well. That's good. I don't mind what you make this out of. Who is suffocating? That's very rude. That needs to go... Yeah, I think. And then we've got the shutoffs. These could be made out of cobalt as well. We need to do it like this. Right, who's suffocating? Quinn, you're fine. Drama Queen. You got the ONI posters. Yeah, posters are a thing that exists. Yeah, space material level pack with some really unfriendly places. I don't like the idea of tying super late game stuff to the DLC. I think it is very likely that someone would buy a DLC and never end up playing the content if it was too late game orientated. I really like the early game stuff that changes how you start the colony. The late game is definitely deep enough for me. But something I've been talking about for a while, something I would like them to add. I would like them to add a space POI that is like some kind of exotic trader, like some kind of trading robot or something, where it gives you really specific weird challenges and gives you big rewards. Like, maybe it's like, say, I need 1,000 tons of rock gas, or something, like some kind of thing that you would never normally make, just to get your colony to the point where, like, you end up making all of these random things. And giving you a reason to do it. Maybe it would even be a meta reason. Like, do X task for me and I'll give you, like, 1,000 filaments. Or something. I don't know. It would be nice to have a way to directly earn filaments. If you really just wanted to grind out all the cosmetics. Feed the space whale. Maybe. We have a lot of iron now, that's good. Also, I have made an absolute mess of this shirt today. I guess I'm not wearing this one. Sorry. Alright guys, actually, I have a question for you. Where do you guys stand on re-wearing a shirt? Like, if you've been indoors and you've not been getting up to much physical activity, would you consider re-wearing a shirt for the day? Because I find I'm borderline. Most of the time I say no. But sometimes, if I haven't been doing anything, then I will re-wear it. Perhaps it's TMI, I don't know. Yes? Okay. That's somewhat reassuring. Okay, it's also reassuring that this stuff isn't getting too cold. Smell test and no stains. Yes, exactly. That's how I feel. I'm glad we're covering all the really important topics. Right, we need the conveyor rail element sensor. Conveyor rail. I'm not looking at the keyboard. Yeah, this one. Oh, that's expensive. Oh, we don't have the data banks. Wait. We do have the data banks. They're in here. I don't think we need anything more from the Printerceptor. Also, by the way, guys, that's why I haven't been using the Printerceptor loads. I want to save the databanks for research, so we don't have to go into space for it yet. If I didn't do anything strenuous the first day, I don't plan to go anywhere the second day. Yes, that's a good one. A way to earn filament would be a pain to balance, because it'd have to be remembered between save load cycles to prevent cheese. We wanted to reset between colonies. Oh, right. That's true. Yes, I didn't think of that, to be fair. I think I've opened up a can of worms with this debate topic. Let's keep it classy. Okay, there's a load more conveyor-related stuff that I was going to put in here, right? Yes, because we need the conveyor shutoffs for handling all the Pacu fillets and stuff. So there's a couple more element sensors that need to go in here. There's another loader that needs to go in here. I am just making everything out of iron now, that's fine. Oh, I put a ladder here as well so you can walk in and out of this bit. That seems fine. I actually built everything now. I don't think so. I think there's a chute in here as well for delivering... What is this chute for? I'll have a look in a minute when we hook everything up overlay-wise. Let's put this here. Let's put an auto sweeper here. Although, I guess, here's a question. Which dupes would be the most likely and the least likely to rewear their shirts? Now that's worth thinking about. Apparently different people have wildly different sweat compositions based on genetics. Yeah, that makes sense. If you don't have smelly sweat, you can get away with it a lot. But the thing is, you get used to your own smell. So you'd have to get someone to actually appraise your own smell. So they can confirm whether it's worth doing or not. That feels risky. Right, let's see. Yeah, we can get Neo-Mechatronics. That seems fine. More digging for Turner. Yeah, let's keep printing more dupes as well. Colony report. Yeah. That's not going to be very helpful, I fear, at this point. Things continue to overload, that's fine. Right, I'll tell you what. Can we actually just dig up the brine ice? The thing is, it would make sense to melt it, wouldn't it? Really? You planted the bonbon tree here? Of all places? Oh my god. That is the worst place you could possibly planted it. Beggars can't be choosers. I guess it was... Beggars can't be choosers. You know what? We can be choosers. Sod this. Try again. The question Arisia regretted asking as soon as it was asked. Is that a load of brine ice in here just for grabbing? I mean, it's not a load. Is this actually not open? This isn't open. Right, I think we have enough oxygen here now. We can open this. Let's put this here. Let's, I don't know, you can dig that out as well, right? I know that the... Oh! Do I actually want to release this and have a look at this geyser? Probably. Probably? Not like it's going to erupt. It's also not like I really care what the temperature of this brine is. This is quite hot brine. It's probably okay. Oh, right. We need the planetarium, don't we? Okay, well... We do have that. I'm going to stick this here, and I'm going to put a lamp here. I don't overly care about lab workspace for this, because our researchers are very advanced. Let's put this here. And I'm not 100% sure I want to commit to having this here as well. I feel like this whole space I might end up remixing at some point, if I feel like it. We'll have a think. I could just put one here just to be aesthetic, but obviously it doesn't actually line up with the sensor, so... That'd be kind of counterproductive, really. I could put the skill scrubber in here, and then we could remove it from here. That seems fine. Yeah. That seems fine. Okay, we've released all the hydrogen. Is that a problem? I don't think it's a problem. We're not releasing it all over here. You can analyze this, but this is a very low priority because I know you're not going to have a mask either. There is a bit of iron over here. Let's grab that. You're producing O2 from solids for how many dupes now? 31. And we're producing way more than we need. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I think most of these guys are now successfully hatched. Move you over there. We had a natural birth as well, I think. That's good. Quinn is a little bit injured. Yeah, I want to heal up these dupes that are getting injured. I think they aren't proactively getting injured. So I think this is fine. Guess rust helps that it's not being sustainably produced. Yeah, no, the rust is not being sustainably produced, but we do have 73 tons of it, and I want to convert that into metal. So we're doing it anyways. But we will definitely have the Jawbos ready by that time. Although, one thing I would say, it's a lot of... You need a lot of Jawbos to run a Rust Deoxidizer. Each Jawbo produces 100 grams per second, i.e. 60 kilograms per cycle. So you need 7.5 Jawbos per Rust Deoxidizer. So we need 15 Jawbos to run this. I think we can get 15 Jawbos. Right, this needs to be brine as well. Looks like we've started on this, but I think we're going to be doing a lot of pitcher pumping, frankly, and that's going to take a long time. I think we do need to go up and proactively dig more brine ice. Either that, or we just put a load of bottle emptiers in. We can do that. I think that makes the most sense, actually. Yeah, that's fine, right? Yeah, they're doing the granite things over there. Oh, you're out of the material for this? That's awkward. Pull out of this. What we got? More dupes. We got an unpracticed artist cook. You've got decreased building speed, but you're frostproof. I don't know, let's get the cook. That's an awful lot of positives, even if your skill of choice isn't super useful. A lot of dupes are going to require a lot of cooking. We probably need to build a dedicated kitchen as well for this many dupes. Like multiple grills, that sort of thing. Let's see. Joshua can go on this schedule. That contraption could support 15 breeder Jawbos, fed Pacus, and everything. No. Not at the moment. This is to get started. We're gonna need more... We're gonna need more Pacu production. This is just... Yeah, this is just gonna be to get us started. I imagine we'll build our setup, and then maybe we'll build another setup with a larger water tank. And then we can hook it all up to this tepidizer and this thing over here. So I think perhaps what we do is we make another breeder tank down here. We do have a little bit of space. Or maybe we just eventually extend this downwards. But I don't want it to be so big that it's going to be cumbersome. Also, I've just realized, we put a surfboard in here. We're filling this with brine. We can't actually do this. This would have to be actually regular water for us to run a surfboard in here. I think we just don't bother with a surfboard then. We'll put it somewhere else. I mean, to be honest, having it outside is fine for now. This is not a requirement by any means. Maybe we just put like a marble statue there or something, I don't know. An ice block? No, not really. A juicer? No, the juicer does not fit. Is there a limit to fish branch size? I don't know, I don't think so. I think you could have an arbitrarily big tank, provided the water capacity is high enough. I know the ratios on Seacomb to Pacu will work out pretty well with this arrangement. But I think we probably do just extend it out further down eventually. Okay, well maybe what I do then is, let's copy this across. We've had 0 idleness this whole time, so I'm not worried about that. I'll put another 2 in here for now. And then we can just build all of the thermoregulator stuff now. So that can go in there. That can have a gas pipe element sensor on it. Let's make this igneous. Yeah. This is going to speed things up a lot. Good. The amount of Pacu you can support with Blums is insane, so we're just kind of starting at the ocean planet, staring at the ocean planet like a giant ranch. That would be interesting. Yeah, this should fill up a lot more quickly now. We have a lot of pitcher pumps, like, everywhere. And I'll put more in as well. Let's just put a couple more in just conspicuous places. I mean, that'll do. Obviously, we don't want that dealing with, but, like, this could be one. Oh, it can't be because we have to dig that out. You can put it here. Figure it out. Are you trapped in the door? Are we actually full on Blums now? Yes. And the good news is it hasn't overfilled. That is good. Okay, right. Okay, let's just look at this. So we can start planting the sea combs in here. There you go. I guess I'll tell you to plant them in here as well. It shouldn't be too long before we get this all filled up, surely. There's a little brine in here as well. This should definitely be a pitcher pump then. Is this going to be a speed 3 job? I think this might be a speed 3 job. There's a load of brine in here as well. This is mostly covering up... Well, it was covering up bleach stone, but we moved it all. So we can actually pump this now too. That's good. Good to see the megafrons are growing. We should actually get some grain out of that. I think we have to actually put this together. I think this is worth doing. I mean, the stress reduction in the athletics is pretty good. We're going to get our dupes trained up pretty fast. The only other thing is, the beaters... Okay, the beaters can't go through the door, so we could just let people in this way. I don't think there's really a big issue with that. Also, we do kind of just want a little bit more uranium for, like, you know, our normal purposes. Also, there's wolframite in here for tungsten. No, let's not worry about it yet. Everyone's busy doing stuff. Let's just let everyone actually do stuff. You know? We'll just speed through it. You know what? I'm going to save it. And I'm going to go to the loo. And I'll be right back. But in the meantime, we can just watch this slowly fill up with water. And I'll listen out for any beep boops. But yeah, don't go anywhere. Wow, you know, this wasn't quite as much progress as I thought they would actually make. Oh, these poor guys. They're trying. I don't know, I mean... I guess they've filled up this other layer here. It's mostly dumping in here. You know what? Actually, I've been writing these guys off prematurely. They're actually doing fine. We earned an achievement while we were at the loo? What? What we get? Oh, the finely tuned machine. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, can I just say... I can't believe we ran the hydrogen generators without a battery for like I don't know, like 45 cycles. or 30 cycles, that's ridiculous. My math right now is I can get about 320 kilograms per C of steel from making Jawbos with stuff I already make. Good. That's nice. You do need to actually fertilize these. We have polluted dirt somewhere, right? Any more dupes? Not building impaired dupes. Let's reject the charge, I think. Here you go. We'll see how this goes. I can't believe we've done this. We had so much hydrogen stored up, it literally didn't matter. It's refilling again as well, by the way. Also, you know, pro gamer tip. Have nuclear waste in your polluted water vent. That's really helpful for actually getting polluted water out of it, isn't it? Is this actually flowing out? No. I think it's pretending to erupt at the moment. Wow, that's bad. That means we actually have to go in here and sweep this out. That's not good. You know, for some reason I thought the liquid vents couldn't pretend to erupt. Apparently they can. Right, there you go. Have fun. And yeah, now we're dumping all the excess polluted water back in the tank, so these Jawbos actually have some extra room again, and they're laying eggs again. That's a big relief. Also, this vent is erupting again. And this one's 2.7 kilograms per second, this one's 3.3. I should probably consider geotuning these. Yeah, I should probably actually think about that. You're too hot? That won't last very long. You've actually got some grains in here, though. That's good. You've actually made some pepper bread. We like to see this. Right, let's see. We need a gas pipe thermosensor here. And then we actually need to start figuring out the automation, but that one is pretty simple. It's just going to go here. I think the only thing we need now is the conveyor rail element sensor, and then I think we're ready. So let's actually start looking at the overlays. So, thank God on this build, by the way, I had the sense to actually... Oh, you know what? Should I make the Jawbo bit? No, let's make the Jawbo bit another time. Let's get the Pacu sorted first. So, let's see, the weight plate. So we want to have this plugged into an AND gate, I believe. It's going to go here. And then if it detects a certain weight on the plate and there's a Pacu in this sensor, then it opens the chute and lets a Pacu egg through. If the Pacu fish tank is full... No, if it's empty, then it'll send... Or if it needs filling, it'll send a signal over to open the doors. We will add a... filter gate. I need a haircut, by the way. My hair is getting my eyes again. Look at this. There you go. See, look. Got bangs now. I don't think I have bangs. I'm going to be honest. I want to see what my hair looks like if I grow it out really long. But the reason I don't do that is because I don't know how I would style it. I think I like quite good with really long hair. Let's see. This can go here. This can go here. Let's see. Knot gate can go here. Man bun? No. No, I would get made fun of for wearing a man bun. Also, I just don't like them. You did that during the pandemic. What, man bun or long hair? These need to be set to Pacus and blue dirt, respectively. The light is plugged in, that's good. We need a meter to be plugged into its own port to portion out the Pacu fillets. This is going to get hooked up to a temperature sensor. And then this is going to get hooked up to a timer sensor. Long hair, still haven't cut it. I don't have to worry about my hair getting in my eyes anymore. Oh. Yes, actually, that's one thing. Okay, so, first of all, how old do you think I am? Be honest. But, yes, that's one thing I don't have to think about, because most of the men in my family are bald, and I feel like I'm not really balding. I don't know, I mean, yes, there's a little bit of a triangle going on here, but, like, I've always had a bit of a triangle, I think. I don't think my hairline is receding. This is when someone loads up an old video of me from 2021, and they're like, Matt, your hair is clearly receding. You need to escape denial. You got 33 and a half. Close. It's 32 and a half. I feel like if I was going to go bald, I would have gone more bald by now. I don't know. This is actually filling up quickly. I'm impressed. Right, that's all the automation wires for this. Obviously, we need to set some settings. But we need to actually build the sensors to get that done. Looks like the research has gone pretty well. It's just the rad bolts. Yeah, this is going to be the constraint, but it's okay. Don't jinx it. Yeah. I've been jinxing it long enough at this point. I look like a slightly taller version of my dad, so I knew this hair was coming long before it happened. Aww. Right, what about the mechatronics? That's the next overlay to do, isn't it? Yeah, that'll do. Right, so... Okay, this is for fertilizer. Do I actually want to bother loading fertilizer manually into a chute? I feel like the answer is perhaps no, because we're using fertilizer everywhere else. I also think in this specific case, I can actually move this over here. I'm going to let this out because, frankly, I want to fill this with brine too, so I don't mind. I think I'm actually going to put a receptacle here, and we're going to fill that with fertilizer. So that the dupes don't have to come and manually fill this with fertilizer. Does that make any sense? I don't think that makes any sense. Walk over here so they don't have to walk in here to where they're doing the errand. That doesn't make any... I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to put the tile back. I don't mind leaking the water in here, but... I'm not even going to worry about this. Let's leave it in there in case we feel like it later, but, like... You're already coming in here to do the errand. We need to build another power wire. I can go there, I can go there. This can go here. Sure. That means I can remove... Oh. I can remove this wire. That's fine. I need to research the water fort as well. That's fine. But yeah, mechatronics. So we're not going to bother with that chute for now. I'll think about it later. So we want the seacomb leaves to go in this receptacle here. Wait, do not build conveyor rail out of gold amalgam. Build it out of iron. Also, we only have iron and gold amalgam left. I guess we could import more metal if we really felt like it. So the seacomb leaf gets dumped in here. Then the eggs are going to go out here. They're going to go around the sensor. Then they're going to go into this chute. And if they don't go through that chute, they're going to go in here into this chute. And I forgot to build a chute here. Oh, shoot. Then the loader is going to pick up the excess. And it's going to shift it into this bridge. And then it's going to go up here. Past this loader. Then it's going to go into this sensor. And go off into this shutoff. If... Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. It's going to go into this shutoff. And then it's going to go around. If it doesn't go into the shutoff, it's going to go into the bridge. And then it's going to go through the next sensor down here. It's going to go through the shutoff. So, if it's polluted dirt, on the conveyor rail, it's going to go back in here. Is there a reason for doing the conveyor rail like that? No. Blue dirt can just go this way. That seems fine. And then the Pacu eggs are going to go over here. And they're going to go down here, and then they're going to go in here. And then we're going to do a whole load of silly shenanigans. So this is going to go over here, and then it's going to go bridge. Yeah, this is the part where the explanation stops making sense, by the way. You're welcome. Build a tile here. Then this shut off. So that's if it doesn't go through the shut off. If it goes through the shut off, we go up here into this chute. And then this loader isn't actually connected to anything. This is where the eggs get cracked. We load the eggs into the loader because it can hold a large amount of resources. And then we don't release them, so they crack on the line and turn into raw eggs. And then they cook with the temperizer into raw omelets. Oh, you've reached the target temperature. That's good. That's why we were using a lot of power. Okay. Then the omelets get taken out of this conveyor line. And they'll go into this bridge. And then that conveyor rail is going to go up here, and that's going to contain all of our foodstuffs. That's going to contain all of our omelets. Right, let's go in here. A Jawbo egg? Really? That's funny. I'm kind of hoping for some better interests. You're pretty good. Increased stakeholder morale bonus, immune to food poisoning. Building, suit wearing, ranching. That sounds good. Max, you can have building. That's a lot of dupes. Nails building, pay building. Everyone gets building. Except for Steve. Stinky can have mechatronics. For some reason. Yeah, the operation skill. That's why we skill scrubbed them. Digging, building, building. We have the morale. Everyone gets building. You are definitely going to dedicate to that. And you're going to not be an operator. And then Max is going to go on this schedule. I am definitely just going to go up to 40 duplicants, by the way. Yeah, plug these in. This is fine. I keep filling these up. So, what's remaining on this? So, we have a loader here. Loader 4 again. Eggshells, I think. We probably leave that for now then. And then the Pacu fillets. Yeah, this is the Pacu fillets. They're gonna go over here. Because we're gonna aim to freeze the Pacu in this tile so that they automatically get converted into fillets. By the fish being too cold. So this goes up here, and then we're going to have a bridge. This is using a lot of metal, by the way. This is why we dug up all the iron. It's going to go over to the element sensor over here. That's going to plug in here. We then have... another bridge. Yes. So this is to make sure that the Pacu stays on a loop. The Pacu fillets stay on a loop, interacting with the metal tiles until they reach the right temperature. Then why do I have a chute? Oh, right. Oh. You know, I think I've completely forgotten what this is. I think we literally have it so that it dumps out of here when it's cool enough. So it stays on this tile and we can store it all up. And then we load some of it in here. I think this is just so that we don't have it all just sitting on a conveyor rail backing up. I think that's why we have the chute and the loader. So that if we have an excess of Pacu fillets, they just go here. I forgot about that. Then we have the meter here that lets through the microscopic Pacu fillet portions to tame the guys. They don't have to be as small as I had them in the video, though, so that's going to go there. And then we're going to lead it into the Jawbo ranch this way. Who is suffocating? You're fine. Yeah, I think we can just keep going with this. What's going on with this gas? Oh, God. Nothing? Yeah, this is... the air pressure is too high here. Let's sweep this. Maybe that will help. We have a lot of excess oxygen stored in here. We're only doing this, A, so that we can pump to masks and suits if needed, and B, so that we can actually get the metal. Right, what's going on here? You're full of water? Okay. I think we just have to empty these then. I don't think there was a lot of water in here. I hope we don't have to keep doing this. That being said, we have no shortage of pincher peppers, so that's fine. We got the Draco, he's been shaved. I'm just gonna let the Draco hang out in here and lay eggs for a while. I don't think I'm even dumping the eggs anywhere at the moment. Or am I just dumping them all up here? I could just dump them in here and have the Dracos run around. Actually, I can't, because there's no door. Great planning. We'll figure something out later. But hey, we got some reed fiber. That's good. We should probably add that to the list. And we should add steel, glass, and things while we're at it. Okay, I think we're nearly getting there with the seacombs. So this is supposed to be seacomb leaf. What else do we need to do? So this is going to be Pacu fillets. I think we actually just need to get the fish in here. Right, okay, let's think about this. Pacu. Where are the Pacu? There are Pacu in here with the nits. Are there any Pacu that don't have nits? I'm suspecting probably not. I think that's how the game is designed. So I think what we just tank it and murder the nits. I think we just tank it and murder the nits. I can't be bothered. Let's go up here. And then dig out this. Actually, you know what? Keep this. And then maybe we put like an airlock here. Can you actually get up here? You can. Okay, that's good. Yeah, let's just put an airlock here, dig through the sand, and then we can come in here and grab the egg. We've got 2 eggs in here. Aw, hungry fish. That's a shame. Yes, it is quite hot in here. Lindsay is still injured. That's weird. Feed the fish to the other fish. Yes. Imagine if you could get something to eat knit larva. That'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it? Right. Dig out the sand. And then we'll relocate the Pacu eggs. I think one of the loaders may just be for fish food. And obviously we have no shortage of algae. So we can just feed them the algae for now. Right, so let's see. Pacu egg. Relocate here. Pacu eggs hatch pretty quickly, so I'm not too worried about this. You can go there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure... This loader cannot reach this fish feeder. While this door is closed. Let's open the door. You know what? Let's actually just figure out the automation first. What do you mean you don't have any wire? You don't have iron. So let's say below, I don't know, 8 Pacu for now? Open these doors, and then I think we do just load this with algae. And then we load this with 1 kilogram at a time, just to make sure the fish eat constantly from the feeder. You need to open this so we can actually get back in the room again. True. We actually out of brine? I feel like we are actually out of brine now. Have we just exhausted it from every single puddle of the map? Feels very possible. I think it may have possibly happened. That's salt water. I think we're at the point where we have to actually go in here. It's kind of gross. I mean, we could do it, I just don't want to. What loot we got? Ooh, food is dropping a lot. This is interesting. Got the Dexter gloves again. Right. Blums. Please get over here so we can start eating you. Wait, why do we have 4 in here? Murder the regular lum. Is that the old one or the new one? It's a newish one. Okay, you know what? Murder this one. That's not good though. We shouldn't have 4 in here at any point. Get him. Tough meat. Tough meat doesn't go in here? Oh, right, yeah. I need to set all of these to tough meat. Oh, that could be a big issue, actually. Oh, yeah, look, tough meat doesn't show up on here. Because it's a cooking ingredient. That is interesting. Okay, we probably had just had a load of tough meat rotting away then. That needs to be cooked. Jawbos fillet? Really? We can make smoked fish. Well, let's see how that goes then. Building for Ada, building for Amari. Bubbles gets building. Devon can have supplying. Marie can have digging. Uglavisk can have building. Okay. We need this relocate to be high priority. You're gonna keep getting stung by nits, otherwise. And frankly, these Pacu eggs are gonna hatch soon. Otherwise.
Thanks for the raid.
Carrie, actually, hello. Hope you're doing well. I've actually seen you today. I'm glad your run's going well. You're also doing no electrolysers. Let me give you a shout out. We are building our Jawbos setup. Or rather, at the moment, we are currently just getting our Pacu in the fish tank. We need to locate Uno egg. And I need to actually get them to open this door. So please do just open this door. Can reach this, don't lie, dupes. Not very becoming of you. We have the meteor on 10 hit points. So we have one more blast shot to make, and then we're going to blow it up. But we're waiting for it to get a bit closer. It's pretty close now. But we're going to wait for it to get as close as possible. Yeah, we had a small problem with Blums for plants. Plants and Blums getting caught, and I went too big on the new build and didn't finish before running out of algae. Oh no! We had a slight issue with one of these ranches overpopulating. It was the one at the top. I'm not really sure what happened. I'm going to have to watch it a bit more closely if it happens again. But for the most part, these are all filling up with 3 critters just fine. Because we've got our critter centers intentionally set to 1 lower than it should be. So normally if we add an extra guy, it's not a problem. But we are now actually murdering excess lums for tough meat. And now this means we actually do have to smoke it all. So I'm really hoping we manage to get there in time. But everyone's going to be eating Tenga brisket for now. We are temporarily breathing polluted oxygen to not die. Nice! That's the sign of a successful, enjoyable experience. Right, cooking for Freya. I'm very tempted to just actually put more cooking buildings in, you know? I think this needs to get hooked up as well. Guys. What? Oh, this needs to be opened. They have to be standing on the right tile to open this door. So they do have to open both of these doors to get in here and build this wire. That is a slight oversight. And again, we do need to actually move these eggs. In fact, I think we have an issue now. I think one of the eggs is hatched already. Do we have a small... No, we don't have a small Pacu. We have 2 eggs. One's 26%. One's 71%. Okay, we're alright, but we need to actually get those doors opened and this wire built. But yeah, we're using our Rust Deoxidisers. We're making enough iron ore now. I think we can make most of what we want. We've been digging up a lot from the map as well, admittedly. Quite easy to harvest these biomes. Also, you've been analysed. Your actual total output is quite high. Unfortunately, it's a very low eruption value, so it's not a very good candidate for geotuning. But we'll probably do it anyways, because saltwater geotuning is so good. It just means we're going to spend a lot of bleach stone on it, so we'll probably wait to do that until we've actually set up our dartles. But that is going to happen another day. We do also have a Dreco running around down here. So we are starting to get some reed fiber. What do you mean out of greenhouse? Oh, the room's too big now. That's hilarious. Well. That's very rude. How? Okay, this is silly, but how about you just put a door here? Then you'll be alright. Is this brine as well? We're grabbing every little scramble... We're grabbing every little, possible bit of brine, just so that we can actually fill up this tank with brine. And we're almost there. I think we're going to need a little bit more than that, though. You can wrangle Pacu now? Yes, I forget that you can actually wrangle Pacu. That's kind of weird. I think we are going to have to just tile... I think we're just going to have to ladder up here. To be fair, I do kind of want all of this stuff anyways. I'm just doing this because, frankly, melting the brine ice is much better for actually getting the brine out than doing other things. Mining the brine ice. You don't ever want to do that, really. I think I'm just going to put it here. I know there's a little bit here as well. Actually, I could just dig this, can't I? What am I doing? I could just dig this and release it. Just dig all of this. We want the metal too. But we're building this while we're waiting for the meteor to get closer. That's definitely what we're planning on doing. So let's set this to edible. Let's set this to Pacu fillet. Oh, we don't have Pacu fillet yet. Okay. Turn this off. Right, who is actually... Okay, there is actually an egg there. That's good. And there is one more errand to grab the other egg. That is also good. You are full of algae. That is good. I'll put a little rail on you. You're still filling up the tepodizer bit. That's okay. Is it alright having the carbon dioxide in here as well? I don't know. I think I'd rather just fill it with water. Another Jawbo egg? Really? That's hilarious. We don't need this many Jawbo eggs. Let's actually grab the digger ruby. That will probably be useful at some point. Joshua can have cooking too. We're gonna go up to 40 dupes. And again, we will put in more... We will put in more food if we need to. Ruby could dig. And then schedule-wise, Ruby is gonna go here. Too many fish eggs and you call yourself the fish man? Trust me, we're going to have too many fish eggs later, for sure. Right, this is for eggs. And then this is for omelets. There you go. What is this for? What's going on? I just saw some emotes. Something happened. Oh, hold on.
Thanks for the sub.
There we go. Thank you very much for the Prime, the Amazon Prime Terra Cloud. Enjoy your fishy and froggy emotes. Hope you're having a good day. Yes.
Thanks for the follow.
I always forget about the Prime. Ah, you're following. Yes. So we had the follow emotes and then the subscribe emotes, and they showed up out of nowhere. Yeah, hope you're having a good day. We are enjoying... Oxygen not included. We're enjoying things. We're enjoying Monday, to be honest. I quite enjoy Mondays at the moment. Tomorrow is probably going to be busier in real life, but that's fine. We're up to 10 subs. That's nice. We haven't been that high in a while. Yeah, people are really enjoying the YouTube channel at the moment. We've had a lot of people coming from there saying hi. And people have been really watching the shorts. Obviously, we're done with shorts now because we made all the Sandbox Showcase shorts we can actually make out of our main video content. But it's certainly nice. Right, so everything is going in here, and that's including critter eggs, but not yet. We'll put critter eggs in once these have hatched. I guess we'll get everything out of here in the meantime. I guess it's just going to get dumped in here. That's fine. We don't want a load of people running around in here. And then this is going to get set to some specific things. So this one is going to get set to eggs. Because you can't actually reach this normally. Until this door opens and the tank is full. In which case all the eggs are going in here. Oh, right. Hold on. There's another loader. Oh, that's kind of bad, actually. There's another loader that I'm supposed to put here. The issue with that being we have a big fire pole in the way. You're supposed to go here. Now. I think we can put it here instead. I have done that before. Let's do that this time, I think. Because I don't want to interrupt the fire pole, and I don't really feel like ripping up the fire pole and moving it around again. That'd be pretty annoying. Right, we have the 2 Pacu eggs in there now, that's good. I'm still looking for you to dump more brine in here, but we can't actually get all the way up here because we need to dig this. Have we had any idleness? Yes, we have had a little idleness. That is a sign that we need to keep doing more digging. Also, I need to put a ladder here. So we can actually get in here and grab the stuff that was in this room. I don't know what exactly the plan was for this, but there's more databanks in here, if nothing else. Why is research stalled out? Are we out of uranium? No. I think people just haven't been doing it. It's the biobot builder. Am I going to do the biobot builder? No. We have no shortage of duplicate labor in this run. So I don't really think that's worth doing. Also, I do actually just want to grab all of this metal, right? Like, there's no reason not to grab this. You know. Maybe not grab this metal. Yeah, something along those lines will do. Then you can get in here. I'll give you something to do. I don't think we need amber on the list now. I think we have enough amber. The amber is just presumably getting dumped in here. Oh, that is interesting. So, amber is just getting manually delivered at the moment, isn't it, to the resin production? That's fine. We're not. I don't think I'm planning on mechanizing everything in this colony. Right, let's have a look at the ventilation overlay. Although, I guess in this case, it's the liquid pipe overlay, right? I don't think I actually set up a... Oh, wait, no, what am I talking about? I don't need this. Let's just build the pipe. This is not going to be overly complicated. We can make this probably iron ore pipe. Yeah, this is not going to be overly complicated. I don't know what I was thinking about. Just do that. Ideally, I want to fill this with hydrogen as well. I think I don't have room in here to fill this with hydrogen. You know what, maybe it doesn't matter. Actually, you know what? Maybe instead of doing that then, I just put a regular gas pipe in here. We just let it out like this. We don't even worry about the hydrogen. Hooray! Little fish! It's a little fish. A wriggly little Pacu fry. Good job. Even got the eggshell. That could go in here later for sure. So this auto sweeper is going to go here. And again, the key thing is this sweeper can look in here but not here, and this sweeper can look here but not here. That's the most important thing about this setup. Yeah, you're full of algae. You can reach this and manually look in here. Let's set this to priority 6. Let's set that to priority 6. We don't need the duplicants shuffling algae around into this thing. That's the whole point of the mechatronics. Oh, right, you're overheating. Switch to iron. Yeah, okay, alright, look. We have plenty of iron now. That's fine. You already made out of iron. Conveyor shutoffs don't overheat. I keep reminding people about this. They just don't. Who's scolding? Oh! Of course you're scolding. I don't think I need this full of liquids. I think we need liquids up to this bit. So that it's interfacing with the conveyor loader. Because all we need to do is make sure that the food is actually cooking inside of the... no, we don't even need the food to be cooking inside of the loader. I think we can just partially fill it like this, and it'll be done. So let's not bother dumping any more brine in here now that we have a full layer. Is that actually a full layer? It is. Okay. Let's remove it. Yeah, your wildness is already decreasing. Yes, that's good. Wait. Oh! You were hungry as a baby. Is that new? Or maybe it's usually... No, because we normally bring eggs into here. And it takes a while for it to actually feed from the feeder. But this time it just did it immediately. Maybe it's just part of the performance improvements of the game. That's quite happy. Babies always just have a low metabolism. Yeah, so like if you're getting them from the wild, usually they don't eat immediately because they've eaten something random. Or maybe not. But like, if they do eat, they stay full until they're adults. Mostly. Maybe he just actually pathed up to the feeder properly for a change, and that's the difference. Yeah. I expect that's probably what's happened. Also, yeah, you're scolding in there. That's fine for now, but let's not worry about it too much. Right, so you're supposed to be eggs. You're supposed to be omelets. Right, I vote that we just seal this in now. But what that actually means is we need to grab all the stuff out of here that we painstakingly heated up. And then we need to put this in a storage bin. So let's put that here. Oh, there's brine in here? Sure. Grab one chunk of brine, please. Very worthwhile. In fact, actually, that doesn't even seem necessary. You still need to build this one. Oh, you can't reach that dig. Okay, that's fine. You can do this. I always forget. You can build a pitcher pump so that there's no pipes showing. It still works. I've just not done that for like the longest time. I really do think we've actually pumped all of the brine out. There's a little bit up here. I don't really want to let out of here. Also, this is melting rapidly, right? Perhaps if I just do this, it will melt. Oh god, why are you making a mess? Ari, you should not be making a mess. I think perhaps we're reaching the limits of our scheduling. Also, it turns out having loads of dupes have food poisoning on this massive schedule is also a problem. Right. I think we have to bite the bullet here. I think we need to put another bathroom in. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to... do something very tactical. I'm going to cut this wire here. Because we don't currently need this to run off of that. And then I think we remove this carbon skimmer from here. We need to do this today. We need more than one bathroom with this many duplicates, regardless of how much scheduling we're doing. It's just gross. I think 2 manual generators is fine. This is all hooked up to peak generators anyways now. So I don't think we're going to need more than that. Put these in here. Let's put an airflow tile down here. Remove this. Okay, hold on. Right. First things first, put the buildings down. These are the right liquids, so I'm going to leave that like that for now. What about hand sanitizers? No, not before we get the sustainable bleachstone production. That's gross. Guys, I've had a lamp plugged in here this entire time, running constantly. That's disgusting. I think there should have been an oxygen diffuser. Put that there, put that there. Build this. Okay. We're about even on cooking, apparently. That's good. How much tough meat have we... Oh, God. We are not cooking the tough meat fast enough. Okay. Alright, guys. We must add more smokers. It turns out, when your entire food production chain is lungs, you need more than one smoker. Who would have thought? Right. How many of these can we shove in? The reality is we can have ceiling lamps. So let's actually just do something along these lines. The tile of interest is this one. So that should be fine. I don't know, man. I'm just going to do this. Plug these in. Remove this. We need vents for all of this as well. You know what? Just vent it all up here. That is fine by me. And then we can just get to work on all of this. The reason I have the lamps here is so that they can clean them out faster. It doesn't increase the cooking speed, unlike other buildings. Pemmican? You know what? I'll take pemmican just for now. We tell dupes not to eat the pemmican, but it's just in case we need to go into space later. Digging for Ashcan. Osman can have digging. Gene can have farming. Liam can have building. Man, the skill point situation is quite extreme. Let's see. Yeah, go here. Like, one with everything, please. Still kind of gross with building everything out of gold amalgam. By accident. That's not ideal. Yeah, let's put another algae diffuser in here. This seems fine. I'm gonna have to keep reorganizing wires, but I think it's okay. Yeah, this better be a start. At least if the fillets are in here, they're not actually going stale either. That's good. Okay, we got a lot of stuff in here now. I think I actually have to release this gas. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to build over the tile. I think same for this one. It's kind of gross. But acceptable. Oh, right. This conveyor rail. Real talk, I'm just going to put a bridge here so I don't have to deconstruct any of these tiles. Oh, you got rid of all this. Good. I'm not sure where I told you to put it, but that's good. I mean, you can still put stuff in here if you want. Right, we need to tile this and then remove it. And the rest of this, I think, is fine. Okay, the fish. Alright. I have a question for you guys. Is there a way to quickly see at a glance, without calculating it yourself, how big the Pacu thinks the tank is? I would like to see that. Yeah, this works well. Okay, so... Can we actually uproot this? We can. That's good. Right, remove this tile. Right, tile... Here, no method I'm aware of. Rip. We're probably going to produce slightly more seacomb than we need for the Pacu in here. This is a lot of seacomb. But we're planning on adding more Pacu later, so that's fine. You guys are fine. Quit dilly-dallying. Right, so... that's supposed to go like that. When it become overcrowded, it's in the tooltips about Pacu size. Did they really want us to trial and error it? That's funny. Right, build this. So we got one conveyor receptacle for the seacomb. Oh, that's right. Don't fill this with algae. Fill it with seacomb. Again, we could just put like 1 kilogram at a time in there. That's fine, right? We do have plenty of seacomb as well. There's no reason not to do this, right? Oh, put the auto sweeper back. That's what this auto sweeper is for as well. Got some stressy dupes now. Sad. I really need you to get this radiation research done so we can hook up all of these element sensors and then I can feel confident about things. I think I can seal this off once we built the sensor. That's the main thing we're waiting for in all of this. Brian, is it a nice temperature? That's good. Overlay may show you. Yes, let's have a look. Nice orange platy badge there. So the thing is, the room shows the size of the room, but it doesn't show the size of the water body. Because the Pacu doesn't mind that this water body is in a separate room. It still counts it as part of the tank. So, that's the main thing I'm interested in. The algae fell in the tank. Does that matter? Will Pacu eat debris? The algae is going to get swept up in this thing automatically. It's already gone. Going in here now. You know what? Maybe it does matter. We'll see. The important thing is we have the Pacu in here. The Pacu metabolism will increase quickly once they become an adult, so I'm less concerned about that. This one still has the bonus. You know what? I think actually you're right. I think it might have had an effect. Well, we'll see. God, I'm not very good at thinking about that, am I? Right. Pacu. Any more Pacu? We got the Chad Pacu down here, but we're not really interested in the Chad Pacu. I think that may actually do for now. Yeah, I think we'll just see how that goes. Calories are increasing again. That is good. They should be increasing again. What about the excess Pacu eating the algae? It seems like it would be a waste if nothing else. Yeah. What else would we use algae for? Let's have a look, actually. I mean, obviously we're going to keep printing more dupes. You can cook algae into dirt, 1 for 1. But that, you have to dig it out, so you actually only get half the dirt out. Blue load of water. You can get sage hatches to eat it to turn it into coal. We don't have hatches. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're pretty much there. I just need them to actually do this. And they are doing it. So we'll get that done. We'll build all the things. And then I think we'll probably wrap it up a little bit early. Because we're going to save all the Jawbos stuff until later. And this feels like a nice place to sort of wrap things up for now. Get people tidying. Why am I getting you tidying, Turner? That was not a good idea. You get the Prehistoric to get hatches? Yeah, but it's not like we even need that much coal. I mean, the peat is still coming in, and that's even more fuel. Irrigation. Oh, right. Yeah, I guess we're trying not to grow this all the time, aren't we? Right. I need to get these bathrooms hooked up as well. We got the research done. So, let's see. This water is fine. I think what I'm going to do at this point is I'm literally going to do it like this. Here you go. And then this polluted water is going to come through here. Coal for curative tablets. That's true. We were literally talking about that, weren't we? And now I have an awkward position because this is supposed to be a bit of water. I don't think there's any way of getting it out of here, is there? Look. I know this is not neat. This run is not known for its neatness. So long as it works, I don't have a problem with it. We're just going to agree never to look at the pipe overlay ever again. Alright. We're going to not talk about it, and then we're not going to think about it. Right. Water fort. We do want the water fort. Oh, hold on. We do want the water fort. We do have plastic. Let's go ahead and get that, but that's not crucial for what we're doing at the moment. I think inputs are okay chained. But the outputs need some space. Yeah, I know that one of them you don't have to do it for, but I'm not taking any chances. Right. Conveyor rail element sensor. Here, 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 here. Ta-da! Then we could hook everything else up. Oh, you're gonna get eye irritation coming in here because it's brine. Sucks for you. Okay. I think that's fine. Because I think we have room up here. We could work in an Atmosuit terminal. So they can come in here and do Atmosuit stuff for this. We also have reed fiber now. So we can do that. And we can just research... We can just research Atmosuits. Right, so this should have been a thermosensor, by the way. So this needs to be Pacu eggs. Pacu egg. Then you are Pacu fillets. So come down here. Pacu fillets. And then you are polluted dirt. Yes, I know I could be using the search tool for this. No, I'm not going to bother. I think I just set this to the same as this, except without the eggs. Oh. Well, I think this is supposed to be set to everything except for the eggs. I think I can now set this to eggs. So let's do that. I'm sure those guys will sort it out in time. Right, let's go to conveyor rail thermosensor. I need to set the quantity on this as well. I'm going to set it to 0.1 kilograms for now instead of 0.01 kilograms because I think that was excessive before. This is just to make sure it's not sending them out constantly. So I think I'm actually fine leaving this on default, I think. This needs to be set to Pacu eggs. Okay, and then I think that means I can actually close this, and I think it means I can actually close this. Not before we get the iron out there, though. Yeah. Oh, I need to fill this up with hydrogen as well. Well, good thing we have a big pipe full of hydrogen, right? let's just do that quickly. So that could go here. That seems fine, right? This seems fine. I mean, it's not overly neat, but it gets the job done. Sure. Although, now that I think about it, there's very little point in having it go that way. So how about you go this way? Sure. Cool. That will do for hydrogen pipe. I'm just going to set you to edibles, because you're not going to end up with anything other than Pacu fillets in here. And then you are going to get set to the amount of guys we have in here. Okay, let's actually just calculate how many tiles of brine we have in here. So that is 90 minus 2, 5, 6, 8, 11. So 79 tiles. So each Pacu requires 8 tiles. And we're going to have a waterfall, so we can set this to 10. Send a green seal if there's below 10 critters, and then let's keep a load of those in reserve. Send a green seal if above 40. Because each egg weighs 4 kilograms. So if there's more than 40 guys in here... No. If there's less than 40 guys in here, and a Pacu egg comes here, I'll get dropped on the shelf. Yeah, I think this is all correct. Oh, this needs to be set to set green signal if below, if above, minus 20. Because we need to freeze this. I think we're getting there. Yeah, see, look, bathroom's working fine. Although I do need to set these to go this way. And again, this is a one-way access. So you can't actually leave the base this way, so we should not have any germ situation going on. Of course we do. Well, that's because we've got loads of germs down here, isn't it? Yeah. Very straightforward. Oh my god. The liquid nuclear waste strikes again. You know what? I've realized what this is. Beeters are coming in here. Beeters are coming in here and getting destroyed by the geyser. We actually technically need to plant more critter traps down here. Otherwise, we're going to have adult beeters running around. Yeah. Yeah, have fun. I thought it was the same nuclear waste. Oh, it could have been. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay. Move that here. Oh, I hate you, nuclear waste. And it's full of food poisoning. Trust me, you don't want your nuclear waste full of food poisoning. Right, are we done? Right, we should have hydrogen creeping up this pipe. Okay, build that. And then we can at least start cooling down this room. I mean, this is not going to have a lot of cooling power. Maybe a thermoregulator is going to struggle with, you know, the, a very large amount of Pacu. But we'll see. A sweet lava, that sounds good. Go for it. Let's see, more skills. Steve can have suit sustainability, that's good. Got a few exosuit trained dupes. Pretty happy with this. Does it actually need to be much cooler than Pacu Natural? Does what need to be much cooler? Oh, I'm freezing the fillets so we can store them all up in advance. I don't know exactly when we're going to get the Jawbos online, compared to the amount of Pacu fillets we have. And we have plenty of food production for the colony. So I don't really want the dupes to be eating the Pacu fillets. Because in terms of getting the food out of the fish, it's much more efficient to have them turn into omelets down here. So that's the main plan. And we'll tweak the automation of things to get it to work. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, hydrogen's coming in. Let's watch this rotate around. Yep, loop is looping. That's good. You're cooling down. We'll see how that goes, but you're all properly insulated now. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, a little bit of a shame that we don't have the surfboard in here, but that's fine. Oh, look, we got the regular Pacu, and he's eaten from feeder. This is good. So the adult is eaten from the feeder. He's happy. If we look at the diet as well, so it's 7.5 kilograms per cycle of algae compared to 20 kilograms per cycle of seacomb leaf. So feeding him the seacomb leaf actually means he's going to eat from the feeder more than if he ate from the algae. I don't think it really matters, but this is good for us. Okay, well, this is good. We're definitely going to have some adult... We're going to have a tame adult Pacu in probably about 6 or 7 cycles, and then we'll end up with plenty of eggs. We can get the Jawbo setup working while we're getting the Pacus online. Because the Jawbo setup is basically going to be literally a mirrored version of what we've got going on here. And then we can figure out the logistics of the rest of it, and then we should have our Rust production. At least this will be a start. And then we can add more tanks later on. 6, 7 cycles, yeah. There we go, very good. On that note, right, let's end it. Let's end everything. Right, here we go. Wrong screen, that's a good sign. Yes, thanks very much for hanging out, everyone. I've had a lovely day today hanging out with you all. If you're still here from Carrot Actually's raid earlier, I appreciate you sticking around. It's nice having your company. You made me quit. You did. You made me quit real life. I'm going forever now. I'm going to quit Twitch. No, I'm not. But yes, thanks so much for hanging out. If you like what you're seeing, you want to see more, feel free to follow me, and you'll get notifications when I go live. We stream weekday evenings, 7:30 to 10:30-ish. I will probably be around tomorrow. I mean, it would make sense, wouldn't it? We're going to keep doing Oxygen Not Included until they patch Surviving Mars. Then we'll go back to Surviving Mars for a little bit. But again, I'm always playing on alternating that game. There's a YouTube channel where I upload all the VODs. There's a lot of dedicated videos, build guides, tier lists, etc. on there as well. I'm not sure I'm going to have time to record a video this weekend because there's a lot of social events coming up. My current plan is to redo the duplicate tier list, but that's going to require a little bit of work. I might be able to get it done on Friday, but I can't really make any promises. It depends how the rest of the week goes. But that's my goal, is to get it done on Friday. There's Discord where we hang out and we talk about video games as well. If you have any builds you want to show off for Oxygen Not Included or any questions, feel free to post it there and we'll point and laugh. No, it's fine. Right, who are we going to go raid? What is the plan? You know what, let's go raid Willow Rainey. She's playing Whiskerwood. We're gonna send Whiskerswood. I wanna get Whiskerwood and play it. It's a colony design game involving cats and mice. But yeah, make sure to send the following message if you're there. Let me just show you what the raid message looks like. Yeah, send that message to Willow if you're paying attention. But yeah, take care everyone. See you later. Bye for now.